Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the last service for the year of 2018. This is the second New Year's Eve which the Sugaharas are welcoming in Portland. And I hope we will have more New Year's Eve to celebrate with you. And after the service, we will hit the bell and eat soba, buckwheat noodle, downstairs. And since this is a service before we hit the bell for 108 times, please allow me to share why we hit the bell 408 times. And how many of you are here last year's New Year's Eve? Do you remember what I said last year? Oh, then it's okay, I can share the same thing. So you can say that, oh, since you gave same talk last year, but it's okay. We hit the bell for 108 times. And this is a tradition from 13th century. And there are various opinions why it is 108 times. Some people say that in Buddhism, we talk about 8 types of suffering. Do you know that? 8 types of suffering? Birth, aging, illness, okay, death, okay. So these 4 is called shiku, 4 suffering. And if we add separation from our loved ones, not getting what we want, associating with those we dislike, physical and mental attachment to the self, it becomes 8 suffering. So, hakku. In Japanese, the sound ku could be mean suffering. So it becomes 4, 9, 8, 9. Shiku, hakku. If we calculate these numbers this way, 4 times 9. What is it? 4 times 9. Okay. What is 8 times 9? So 36 plus 72 is 108. Right? So it becomes 108. But this has no, how would I say, literature proof or something, this is probably somebody made up to make, things interesting. Actually, the different explanation can be found in the scriptures in 4th and 5th century called Abhidharma Kosha. It's really complicated, so I omit it. If you are interested, please read actual Abhidharma Kosha itself, and good luck. So anyway, it is said that hitting bell on New Year's Eve eliminates our blind passions. But there is no way that that tiny bell has such a magical power. If the bell had a magical power, I would ask leader of the world to hit the bell all the time, right? The important thing to remind ourselves by hitting the bell is that we all have so many blind passions, such as 3 poisons. I hope you remember these, right? Greed, anger, stupidity or ignorance, right? So 3 poisons. These might hurt people's feeling, which might become the cause of conflicts. But we don't usually feel shame or self-reproach our own actions. So by hearing the sound of the bell, we self-reflect our own action of this year. And this self-reflection becomes nutrition for us to grow next year. So this is the importance of hitting the bell. And we eat soba downstairs. This is because soba noodles is easier to turn off compared to the other noodles. Japanese people love superstition, okay? And we eat soba noodle to cut off the bad fortune from this year. So we are able to welcome next year with good fortune. But again, this is just a superstition. In Buddhism, or at least in our tradition, we don't believe in these superstition because core teaching of Buddhism is a teaching of causes and conditions. Soba noodle does not have such a magical power to cut off our bad fortune. Then why still we eat soba? Why we still eat soba noodle? Yes, it tastes good. That's why. That's why. And it's really cold outside today, right? And it warms up. That's why we eat soba, right? But think about it. Behind one bowl of soba noodles, many people helped to make this soba noodle. You know, I was about to complain about being minister. We don't have last day of work of the year. You know, some companies, they have like a last day of the work a week before New Year's Eve or something, right? But I work until New Year's Eve. I start working from New Year's Day. So I was about to complain about it, but you know, looking at people working downstairs making soba, you know, I can't complain about being minister. Everybody supported to make soba noodles, and because of everybody's support, we are able to eat soba today, right? So we should accept a bowl of soba noodle with gratitude. Okay, so please keep these things in your mind today. Hitting bell is an opportunity for the self-reflection of this year. And eating soba is a reminder of being grateful for the efforts and sacrifices of the others. Okay? So I'd like to conclude my message with gassho and nembutsu. So please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Thank you.